Year 3, this is your online lesson from Mrs Thompson, and today I'm going to be doing a short writing task for you. So, first thing I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think about what a story should include, and I want you to write these ideas down, so you're going to have to pause the video and then see what you think you need to start creating your marking ladder, just like we do in class. Okay, so hopefully you wrote those ideas down, and these are the things you should include in your short story. Full stops, an opening, a build-up, a problem, a resolution, an ending, using paragraphs, an exciting title, author details so we know it's written by you, descriptive vocabulary, sentence openers, suspense if you want to include some suspense in your story, presentation, speech, and make sure you punctuate that speech correctly. So I've chosen this picture for us to look at today, and I would like you to have a look at this picture and write down 5 adjectives to describe the scene and answer these key questions. So who might be there? Why are they there? Where is the windmill? And what can you see, hear, smell, touch and taste? And again, this is another opportunity for you to pause the video and to write those ideas down before we move on. So, my ideas. My 5 adjectives for that picture were gloomy, crackling, damp, musty and creaky. And my answers to the key questions. Who might be there? Well, I think there's 4 children there that have hidden in the bottom of the windmill. Why are they there? The storm began as they were playing football in the field. Where is the windmill? On the edge of a small village named Elderville. And what can you see, hear, smell, touch and taste? You can hear crackling lightning and creaking wooden slats in the windmill and scurrying mice. You can smell musty, damp crops left for years in the mill. You can touch damp, dusty sacks on the hard, cold floor and taste a tang of rotten crops in the air. So your task is to write a story. You've got 10 minutes, and afterwards we're going to up-level your story and use the key questions you've already answered to help you. I've already had a little go at the start of my story. I'm going to read it to you now. As the wind began to blow and the first drop of rain landed, the happy children ran from the field into a nearby gloomy windmill to shelter. They'd been enjoying a game of football when the storm came. They found sacks half full of damp flour and a cold, hard floor. "What is this?" Jenna asked. "It's an old mill," replied Tom. They heard lightning. The children screamed. They felt terrified. As they looked up, they saw a crack of daylight in the old wooden slats and could hear mice scurrying to find shelter themselves along the creaking floorboards of the floor above. So after I'd done my writing, I went back and read through it, just like we would do in a normal literacy lesson, and I decided to up-level and edit. And in red, you can see the words that I have changed and up-leveled and extra things I've added to make my story more exciting. So it now reads, as the wind began to howl and the first drop of rain arrived, the excitable children sprinted from the field into a nearby gloomy windmill to find protection against the raging storm. They'd been enjoying an enthusiastic game of football when the storm arrived. They found sacks half full of damp flour and a cold, hard floor. "What is this?" Jenna asked curiously. "It's an old flour mill," replied Tom. They heard lightning crack. The children screamed. They felt terrified. As they looked up, they saw a crack of daylight in the old wooden slats and could hear plump mice scurrying quickly to find shelter themselves along the creaking floorboards above the children's heads. So these are some things that you'll be very familiar with that we use in class, our VCOP pyramids, and I've added those into the side for you to use to help you when you come to up-level your story. So thinking about how you could improve your vocabulary, your connectives, your openers and your punctuation. And you can also find them in your diary in the back to help you with your up-leveling. So when you've done your online lesson, we would really like you to send in 2 pieces of work. The first piece of work is your up-level story. That could either be a photograph of it handwritten or it typed up. And the second thing we'd like you to do is to complete the White Rose time assessment to show us what you've learnt from the Maths Choice Board recently. We'd like you to email these to your class teacher. I've also put on the PowerPoint the picture of the windmill to help you with your writing and the White Rose Time Assessment if you want to print that off and have a go. Thanks everyone, I hope you're staying safe and we look forward to seeing your work soon.